of Nevada there in Las Vegas.
That's exactly why I don't want my freaking kids going to school. Like,
oh my God, man. What the heck, man?
Breaking news, police.
Yeah, that wasn't, y'all know that wasn't natural. Like that was already pre-planned and stuff. Talking about I don't want my kids in school because the thing about them, they homeschool their kids. Like they make enough income, they make a lot of money like off of like their influencer, you know, businesses and like YouTube business and like TikTok, you know, ventures and all that to be able to homeschool their kids. And like I understand people fears for doing that. I know a lot of people that are thinking about homeschooling their kids at a like mass on the live events, and I'm not trying to implore y'all not to do that. Like y'all do whatever to keep y'all kids safe, but it just comes from different, you know, perspective. You know, they make a certain income to be able to like, oh, I'm not worried about it, while there's like people that got take off of like, you know, basically retire from work to be able to do that for their kids. And so it just feels very disingenuous when something like this come around where it's just like, you know, oh, this is why I don't put my kids in homeschool, this is why I do that. Like, no, like you didn't put your kids in homeschool because you about safety, whatever. You put your kids because you had the financial means for them to be able to homeschool themselves, do virtual lessons and all that. Like, let's just be for real.
Locked down everything, the whole university locked
Like
down.
right here, like especially, you know, like they're driving by the building and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just like, wouldn't you want to avoid it if you were so worried about your kids' safety and all that? That's what comes off disingenuous to me about this. It's just like they're just trying to get fear based for the reviews and like get reactions and all that, and to get some Facebook sympathy off of this, you know?
hopefully nobody died.
Hopefully nobody
I hope
passed
to
away.
God nobody died.
Yeah, so basically they're right now they've been saying that, you know, there's the 3 injury report. This was the initial report that came out whenever things just started popping off, like, oh, you know, it's just only 3 injuries and stuff like this, and like she's hoping like, oh, I hope no one got alive. Bro, this video was posted about 24 hours after this event happened. Like, wouldn't it be the onus on them to just maybe record and just be like reshoot and be like, okay, you know, not saying you should just do it for views, but more so just like, okay, just update to the content, you know, 3 people were unalive, you know, prayers to the victims' families, like that. Like that shows a little bit of responsibility. They got about 8 million followers, well 7.88 to be exact, but like 8 million followers, subscribers on this channel alone. Like this is very, very dangerous stuff you're posting out there, because it's just like, you know, you're obviously doing this for farming content for views. So it's just, I don't understand. Well, I understand it's for money, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, this isn't genuine at all.
In school, and this is why we want to protect you, because we know things like this happen, especially living in a big city like we do. College is not a bad thing. It's when corrupt people get enrolled into college and make poor decisions. Evil people. That's the issue.
Yeah, funny, crazy thing about that, just to rub salt in a perfectual wound or whatever. Yeah, they released the victim list. Basically, none of the students, or there were none students that were targeted or were unalived in this instance. It were mainly professors. The guy had a list of targets, and more than about 150 rounds of ammunition were fired, and the rampage only lasted for 10 minutes. And so this is my issue with their content. Like, they're releasing a video 24 hours later after there has been multiple facts included that says like no students were unalive. It was a target attack with professors, all that. It's still, albeit sad, and students could have been targeted, but they're releasing saying like, oh, you know, people were injured, you know, I don't know the casualty rate, whatever, like that too. Like, I understand if they will release it later that day, but they took the time, filmed, edited this, and released it 24 hours later after facts have already been displayed. And it's like very irresponsible, because you're not only distorting facts, but you're coming off as a money grab. Like this is not demonetized.
To set early on an unimaginable day for my family, filled with a lot
Oh
of
Lord,
fear.
here's the
I had
tears.
the idea to transform our heavy hearts into something brighter and something filled with love and joy.
Before we wait too long and we can't do it, who's ready to put up the Christmas tree?
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Like, we now in the family vlog portion of this, and it's just like, you talking about all the sad destruction. Like, people just lost a whole entire, like, you know, family. Like, no one has a mother. They probably lost a grandfather or father or something. The third victim name hasn't been released just yet, but it's just like, y'all out here, you know, trying to film this kiki kaka content. I'm like, bro, like, this is supposed to be like informative video as y'all were trying to make it, And it's just now y'all trying to like, you know, cash cow, like, oh, here's how we trying to turn into a positive spin on something. Like, no, like people just got unalive today. Like this man running around 2-story high ceilings and stuff, like, you know, big backyard, all that fireplace right here, safe and sound.
What happened to your other sock?
Like y'all having like a wholesome whole family content, and like, you know, after like that opening, like that's not okay, and it shouldn't be normalized. But basically their kid right here, he had a heart condition. Like he had a whole heart condition that he got put in the hospital, and like they milked that for like 2 months straight. Like down from the time telling the reaction story of her having to resuscitate him because she's a retired nurse, but basically down to like, you know, him getting released, him thanking the firefighters that saved him at a ceremony. Y'all get what I'm trying to get from this video. Like fear-bait content, you know, especially with family channels, is very much on the rise. Like people will make a reaction video out of anything. And yes, with my channel, I am a reaction channel. I try to react to mostly the news and current events and try to give some type of public health spin on it. Try to be more serious about it. I might have fun here and there, but it's just like I never would want to try and make it seem like, you know, I'm, you know, necessarily just hating on somebody, or if I'm necessarily just like, you know, being there, just, you know, being spiteful, or I'm just getting there to make money and make content and be like a content meal. I'm here to report on news, actually give serious, like, you know, feedback. With this, you know, there's nothing really excusable about it. This is very callous work at itself. Like they're getting ad revenue off of this.
Families affected with what happened. Unfortunately, there were 3 casualties. Things like this.
Okay, they reported it later.
It's not okay, but unfortunately, it just seems like these things are becoming more normalized when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, things shouldn't be normalized like this. Everybody should be able to go places freely.
I mean, obviously, yeah. We've all been saying that for years.
We love you guys. Peace.
Bruh, imagine saying prayers to the family, we love you guys, peace out, live long and prosper. Like, that is the most disingenuous thing I've heard in a while. All right, so that's been my reaction video today. If you like to see, like, subscribe, turn on post notification, all that wonderful good stuff. I don't want to make y'all think like I'm a hater. I'm generally not trying to hate or trying to throw some shade to the children and all that. I'm not trying to harm the children and all that. But we need to call a spade a spade. We need to call this parental behavior, because it's so callous. It's so very, you know, disingenuous to the point where it's just like, it's really not allowing real change to happen. And so that's something we definitely need to like look at more in society. If you actually want to get the foundation of the UNLV situation, if you've been living on the rock, please look at my video right here. Other than that, stay warm, stay frosty, depending on what part of the country you're in, and peace out.